On a humid rainy evening in Indochina, a thin-faced boy carried a small bag on his shoulder and left the village of Kim Lin into the unknown. No one knew that this boy, whose name was Nguyen Sin Son, would later become Ho Chi Minh, the man who defied empires and awakened a nation that had slumbered under the yoke of colonialism. The first seed Ho Chi Minh was born in 1890 in a poor village in central Vietnam, to a cultured father who worked in the imperial administration, but whose heart was more inclined toward freedom than loyalty. At night, he would hear his father whisper, "The French will not stay here long, my son, for people do not sleep forever." As he grew older, he witnessed French soldiers flogging farmers and saw rice being taken from the fields to be exported to Paris, while his own people starved to death. A fire burned in his heart that would not be extinguished. Years of wandering in exile. In 1911, the young man sneaked into Saigon's port and boarded a French ship under an assumed name. He worked as a sailor, then as a dishwasher in New York, then as a hotel server in London, but he was learning something more important than languages. He was reading. He read about the French Revolution, about liberty and equality, and asked himself, how can these people raise the slogan of freedom while they enslave us? In Paris, he joined the socialist movements, and there his new name was born, Ho Chi Minh, meaning he who illuminates the way. He was silent in meetings, but his few words struck like an arrow. If you truly believe in freedom, start with your colonies. Jungle Man. When he returned to Asia, the world was about to ignite. World War II had turned the tide, and the Japanese had occupied Vietnam after the French. In the dense jungles of the north of the country, Ho Chi Minh founded the Viet Minh movement, an army of peasants, students, and women. He lived among them, eating boiled rice like them, writing letters by the light of an oil lamp, and drawing slogans of freedom on wet paper with his own hand. One peasant recalled him saying, "He was very simple, but when he spoke, we felt the earth itself was listening." Unfinished independence. In August 1945, after the collapse of Japan, he declared the establishment of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam from Hanoi. Standing on a rickety wooden platform, he said in a calm, confident voice. But France didn't leave. It returned with its cannons to the north, and the long Indochina War began. All peoples are born free and equal in dignity and rights. We are no exception. Ho Chi Minh lived as a fugitive in the mountains, moving from cave to cave, writing letters to soldiers, encouraging them, "You are fighting not only for the land, but for the dignity of generations yet unborn." The sheik and the symbol. In his later years, his face was as thin as bamboo leaves, and his beard was as white as the snow of Dak Tho. He did not rule with an iron fist, but with a fatherly eye and a tender smile. He planted flowers in his garden, read ancient Chinese poetry, and wrote children letters about their homeland. He did not live to see the unification of Vietnam, but he died in 1969, believing that freedom does not die with the death of its owners.